I don't know how you're going to do it, but I'm going to need so many of you to get a grip. Get a grip. Every day coming with empathy. Oh my God. We shouldn't lean into violence. Get a grip. Violence is being inflicted on you every single day in so many different ways by the political class. Now, somebody happens to rat-a-tat-tat one of the political class in the neck, and then suddenly it's like, guys, let's not politicize violence. Can you not see what's happening? Are you not paying attention to what's happening when hundreds of people, I say hundreds, millions of people are being killed globally for political reasons? Everybody's quiet. Oh, I don't post politics on my page. Don't worry. Let's not bring politics into this. Are you crazy? Are you all actually crazy?
Oh, and another thing, I am a bad person. I don't feel bad that man is dead. Like, if I got shot in my neck, he would call me a statistic. I don't feel bad. I'm an eye for an eye type of bitch. If you don't have no empathy for me, then I don't have no empathy for you. If it's fuck me, then it's fuck you. And I don't care. And to all them black people that feel bad for that man, y'all the same motherfuckers who would feel bad for the damn slave masters. Like, y'all are literally the cooniest of the fucking coons. Like, get over your fucking self. Like, talking about, I don't care about his political views. That man lived and died for the fucking Second Amendment. This is some shit he wanted to go out. He didn't care about any other lives. Only problem is, it's a problem when it comes to him. He does not care, and I don't give a fuck. Like, I just think it's crazy seeing black people come on here talking about, I seen the video, and I'm just like I feel so bad for him. Bitch, I'm not shocked. I don't care. Like, so what? People die every goddamn day. Nobody has sympathy for them fucking kids that died. Why the fuck would I have sympathy for a man that was inciting that same fucking violence? Like, are you crazy? Are y'all cool?
I made a video talking about how I'm a little more than pleased that Charlie Kirk is no longer with us. And somebody who I guess is following me on Instagram said, I expected better from you. Why are you making fun of death? I don't know why they would ever say something like that. Silly bitch. But outside of that, I'm pretty sure there are going to be many more people like that coming to my page, telling me that they're disappointed in me for making light of somebody who died. And I just want to let you know, the person that I'm talking about, Charlie Kirk, has spent the majority of his career calling George Floyd, somebody who was notoriously murdered on camera, a fucking scumbag. So before you tell me anything about how I need to respect the dead, suck my dick first. Somebody also said that I need to take in mind that God will be judging us. The person who really needs to be worried about God judging them is the person who's about to meet him. That's Charlie Kirk, the one who just got shot in the neck. Remember? Yeah, him, not me.
First thing, it's the law of the jungle. That's the first thing. Okay, I don't know why y'all are so sad or feel like we have to have some empathy because Charlie Kirk bit the bullet. No pun intended. Okay, he was a horrible person. He was a horrible person. He was not a good person. He was shitty. He was a shitty individual. Okay, and the world is probably a better place that he's not here no more. So I don't care. I'm so confused about that shit. I really am. I know why the right are upset. They lost an ally. They lost an ally. They lost someone that'll pander their bullshit. The left, I don't know why y'all are over here. You got Dean Withers fucking crying on the fucking live. What the fuck is wrong with you, bro? This nigga? You crying over this nigga? For what? That makes no fucking sense. I don't give a fuck. He don't give a fuck about humans. You know how many humans just dropped dead because of some of the same rhetoric that he fucking pushed? What the fuck are y'all talking about? Seriously, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Who gives a fuck about his wife? His wife made that decision. She knew that man. She knew that man better than we did. Okay, and she chose to fucking marry him and to fucking stay with him. His children, that just goes with the bathwater. Okay, that goes with the bathwater. It sucks, but it really does. Your daddy was a piece of shit. We don't know what he taught you. We don't know what you got indoctrinated into. I'm sure the baby's young, but still. Sons do pay for the sins of their fathers all the fucking time. All the fucking time. Good fucking riddance. Okay? Good fucking riddance to that motherfucker. Good fucking riddance.
And I want to make it very clear, don't nobody give a fuck that he got kids. Don't nobody care. Y'all don't give a fuck when the victims are kids. Kindergartners. Y'all don't care. Why y'all want me to care so bad that he got kids? This is the same man who said that he would force his 10-year-old daughter to deliver a child. Them kids might be better off not even gonna hold you. Like, don't nobody care. Being a father does not make you a good person. You was a piece of shit on earth. You gonna be a piece of shit in hell. And I hope you got there gums first.
Imagine your last words being, is that with us or without us talking about gang violence? And then getting killed by a white man in Utah. Man, y'all ain't finna gaslight me into feeling bad, man. It's a celebration, bitches. I don't feel bad when a racist dies. I celebrate when racists die. You know what my favorite Marvel movie was? Django. Man, fuck Buddy. Fuck Buddy. People like, Buddy has kids. Yeah, he was finna raise 2 more races. I don't get, man, his racist white. Fuck all them. I celebrate when a racist dies like it's Martin Luther King's birthday. Fuck him. He down in hell watching Hulk Hogan wrestle. Fuck him.
That man's body hasn't even been cold for 24 hours yet, and they are already trying to turn him into a martyr. And I just want to caution everybody to pay attention to how they try to capitalize off of his death. They don't care that he died. They don't care how he died. They're trying to figure out how to use this for their political gain. Do not let him become a martyr. My God. Like, this country is a joke sometimes, most of the time. And I say that, and I need to be more specific and more clear. The people running this country are a joke.
Remember when Charlie Kirk said that black women didn't have the same brain processing power? Remember when Charlie Kirk said that children dying in mass shootings was deemed worth it? Remember when Charlie Kirk said that if his daughter were and had to carry that baby at 10 years old, that he would force his daughter to have that child? Well, I do. Charlie Kirk was a raging racist. Hatred, used every single ounce of time of his life on this planet to spew hatred towards marginalized groups. And for the fact that people are like, he was a father, he was this, he was that. Although that is true, so are horrifically bad people in history. I'm sure Robert E. Lee, etc., or other people in history were fathers and had families. That doesn't take away the fact that this person was a bad person. And in the words of Charlie Kirk, he simply didn't believe empathy was real. So why should people sit up here and feel bad? No one condones violence. Violence is never the answer, but at the same time, you can't force some people to mourn something when they were actively being hated on by this group.
You shouldn't celebrate someone dying because it's still a life loss. Is it though? Is Charlie Kirk a life loss, or did the devil just call home one of his disciples? I mean, they celebrated when they killed Martin Luther King and he was preaching peace. I think it's okay for people to be rejoicing in a white supremacist dying. I think that's all right. Mind you, he died doing what he loved, protecting gun rights. He said so famously that he believes that deaths are just sacrifices made to keep your Second Amendment, and he is indeed one of those sacrifices. And I'm going to be honest, better him than another innocent child just going to school, or an innocent person going to the grocery store, or an innocent person going to church, or an innocent person just being on the subway, or an innocent person literally anywhere dying from gun violence. That man spent the last few years of his life peddling racism, white supremacy, xenophobia, sexism, and all things detrimental to a productive society. He was the embodiment of bigotry, and him dying in this way was very poetic. And I don't feel bad.
I don't know much about Charlie Kirk outside of the fact that he's a conservative and that he was the person who was advocating for Derek Chauvin, the man who unalived George Floyd, to be pardoned. Well, today he was unalived at Utah Valley University, and I have several thoughts. Political violence is increasing because of the president and because people are tired of being oppressed. When the president signs executive orders to change the name of a department to the Department of War, He is encouraging violence. There was absolutely no reason for that besides him trying to fearmonger. So when the person who's supposed to be leading our country is encouraging violence and waging war on the American people, the people that he is responsible for, it is more than likely that we're going to see violence increase across the nation, especially when it comes to politics. Number two is that you see increased political violence when oppressed people are being further oppressed and they feel tired and hopeless. When someone feels hopeless, there's no limit to what they're going to do because they don't think they have anything to live for. And as we all know, hundreds of thousands of people are about to lose their health insurance because of the cuts to Medicaid. Hundreds of thousands of people are going to be without food because of the cuts to SNAP food stamps. There's a lot of reasons for people to have lost hope and feel like they have nothing left to lose. And my last thought is you shouldn't use people's unaliving, especially black people who were unalived at the hands of police, for your own political gain. So no, we don't hope he rests in peace. At all, because he did not hope the same for George Floyd.
So as many may know by now, Charlie Kirk, an outspoken conservative who was speaking at the University of Utah event today, was unalive. Most people know him from, he and Candace Owens used to team up for something called Turning Points USA, and they would say outrageous things. Outrageous if you don't agree with them. I am neither Republican nor Democrat, so I listen to everyone. I give everyone a chance. However, Charlie Kirk, literally his last words today, his very last words, I just watched a video, was demonizing black people and talking about gang violence. His very last word was, and they account for the gang violence. Then all of a sudden, boom, boom. I see a lot of people finding humor in this. I think it's sad that our politics have come to this. I do find it ironic though. No gangs, no blacks, just boom, smoked by a white man who probably had a legal gun.
Expecting empathy or asking for empathy for a bigot or as a bigot is wild. Reminding people that, you know what, at the end of the day, we all bleed red, we all have loved ones, while being a supporter of someone who made a career out of dehumanizing others is ridiculous, especially when he himself said that he doesn't believe in empathy. He had kids and a wife and friends and family, as do immigrants, as do black people, as do gay people. Do I condone this act? Of course not. Whoever did it was reckless. Do I think that Kirk should be solely recognized and remembered as a CEO, husband, and father? No. He was a loud and proud bigot, and this is the legacy that he left. This is his own doing. He mocked George Floyd's death. You think he's not going to receive the same treatment? George Floyd had a daughter, and she's going to grow up and watch people mock his death, like he did. Let's imagine how many kids lost loved ones or survived school shootings and are going to grow up seeing videos of this man explain to others how their lives matter less than the Second Amendment. I mean, the logical next step would be discussing ways to prevent this from happening again. But you guys are going to say that now is not the time, right? It's time for thoughts and prayers.
Every conservative and MAGA supporter needs to take a good look at the footage of Charlie Kirk today and understand one thing. That's what every school shooting has looked like. Charlie Kirk was shot on a campus, and that very real, brutal, gruesome footage is what every school shooting looks like. Every victim. Charlie Kirk is 32 years old. The people that we have been advocating for are children. They are children. When it comes to school shootings, we don't see what the carnage looks like. We don't see the victims. We don't see the blood everywhere. We don't see any of these things. All we see is a casualty count, the victims' names, and the shooter's name. That's it. That's all we see. But right here, what happened with Charlie Kirk, that's what it looks like. In every conservative in America, I need you to understand, when you're fighting against gun legislation or anything that could prevent things like this from happening, you're looking at instances like that and you're telling them, no, that's not a real problem. No, gun violence, it's worth it. If to have the Second Amendment, this kind of stuff, it's a part of life. It's a tragic event. But the legislation and rhetoric that they have pushed onto this country has brought this about, has set out the conditions for a thing like this to happen. Utah has very loose gun laws. What would have stopped this? I'm very curious to see the conservative and MAGA reaction on what should happen next. Because there were police officers on the campus. They immediately arrested someone. It wasn't the right guy, and the guy is still at large. So I need to know what would have stopped this.
You expect me to feel bad for the same guy that said that abortion was worse than the Holocaust? That said that black women do not have the brain power to be in certain political roles and that they took it away from white people because of DEI? The same guy that said that some people losing their lives are worth it in order to maintain the Second Amendment? The same guy that's okay with gay people being stoned at? And you expect me to feel bad for him? Why? If you are a woman or a person of color, you are not expected to feel bad for somebody that literally went against your own rights. And this isn't a matter of differing political opinions. Oh, you guys should feel bad no matter his political opinion. Sorry to break it to you, but bigotry isn't a political opinion. People of color and women should not feel obligated to feel bad about this, because he was literally against our rights and spewing that all throughout college campuses. He has done irreparable damage to our generation, and you expect me to feel bad? Fuck out of my face.
So y'all want us to sit up here and cry with y'all that a racist white man got 360 no-scoped in broad daylight. I'm sorry, that's not happening. You wanna know who else was a husband and a father, since this is the line that we're using? George Floyd, huh? But he was assassinated in broad daylight as well. But for the past 5 years, we've been getting non-stop memes of his death. Lil Yachty corny ass using his death as bars. Huh? So all things considered, I'm sorry that I don't give a fuck that a racist ass white man who was about to talk shit, he was about to talk shit about black people some more. Talking about some gang violence. Meanwhile, his own gang is the one that killed him. Crazy. No, I'm tired of this shit. He was finna talk shit about black people, and y'all some of the main ones defending him. We all have the right to an opinion. Shut the fuck up. Some of y'all are white people painted black, and it's really showing right now. I'm sick of this shit. Y'all not finna fucking police my feelings, cause this racist ass motherfucker died. Sorry.
So Charlie Kirk's soul was evicted from his body today, and his last words were gang violence, which is insane and very poetic because he's a member of one of the most vile, dangerous, most prolific gangs the United States has ever had, like the Republican Party and its whole media constituent that's happening right now. I don't think anyone can deny that they're moving like a gang. Not to mention, his last words were taunting black people, right? That was the point of that. I just wanted to remind everyone, a lot of people think that there is no justice in this world. A lot of times you just don't get to see it, and you don't get to see videos like that. Now, to me, Charlie Kirk's issue was that he didn't take himself and the things he was saying seriously enough, because I saw in comments, people were like, how could he be outside? And I'm like, I did not think this was going to happen. Because someone else was taking him very seriously. That vile stuff that he thought was a joke that he was doing, someone was taking him seriously. Also, if you see the video, don't watch it. I don't recommend you watching the video. The fact that it's so prolifically available makes me think that there's a reason for that. People want you to see it. But the interesting thing about it is people like this who are hateful, no one jumps to his rescue to be like, hey, let's put something around his neck and try to attempt to save him, because they don't care about him. He's a manifestation of their worst qualities, and he's just a little tool. He might just be a projection screen for them to allow all of their worst fantasies and lowest base desires to play out. And in that way, it makes all of his life's work even meaningless, especially on his last words being that. Also, the way that happened, I don't know if that person was waiting for that exact moment, right? But I think as a black person, it was very interesting to me because I'm always thinking people really need to get slapped in their face when they say something stupid. And then he says that and immediately boom. I don't know. I think there's something valid about the public actually seeing that reaction, as horrifying as it is. He chose to spend his life taking the soul that occupied that body and using it for those types of dark arts, we can call it, that he's doing. And when I said he's part of one of the most prolific gangs, I mean the entire government as a whole, but the Republicans seem to be the face of this at the moment. This is not a political video. You're living in an overt pyramid scam run by perverts. And to be honest with you, my intuition on that video, I don't think that's someone who dislikes him even. It's just someone that could just be a show of force. And also because I'm seeing the comments, it's now the liberals are going around doing this to everyone. What? Why did you jump to that conclusion? I mean, he's just annoying to begin with and anyone could be out to get him. But also now this new narrative that we're the ones who are crazy with the weapons. But whatever. Again, are you going to reason with people who would use someone that sort of pathetic is the word, right? We can say that now that he's gone. As the tool of, again, things they were too lazy, too tired,
and really knew weren't correct things to be saying out loud, so they just like allowed him to do it. Yeah, my point of this video is like the universe has a deep amount of poetry if you're able to watch it and spend the time. I've been alive for a very long time, almost half of what people think a human lifespan is, and I have never not seen this happen to someone. A lot of times we just don't have the time or the witness to actually see the result of this happening, and often it happens to the person in exact proportion to the person that they were. This man spent his life being a jokey fool, and like even his ending, like it's not fully undignified. It could have had a lot less dignity in it. But also, like, something about that was very unserious. Even seeing that video, you know what I mean? You'll get it. Those who will get it will get it. And to those who will say rest in peace, there is no way that that man is resting in peace at all. That's just not possible, theoretically, energetically, scientifically. Here's the thing, though. He made his choice. That seemed like something he was manifesting for a very long time.
Politics is in everything. Violence in and of itself is political, because there are places and people that violence is allowed to be inflicted upon and others that it's just not. That's why we're having this conversation, because the archetype that violence is not allowed to be willfully inflicted upon, it has been. And then the people who fall into that category are now scared. And then they're asking you lot, you sheep, to come and do the bidding. And then you're doing just that because of the ways that your minds have been so deeply colonized. You're rising to come and defend the master and say, guys, this is not okay. Just because they're doing that, it doesn't mean we need to celebrate. And look at the extreme kind of direction that you went with it. Some people aren't celebrating. They're just indifferent. You know why? Because they've been seeing children carried in bags. Limbs of children carried in bags for however long, the past couple of years. So they are actually indifferent to what they've now seen, because the same person that was saying, well, at the end of the day, sometimes we're going to lose some people. Sometimes people are going to die for us to have this Second Amendment or for us to have these gun laws. Some people are going to die. And you know what? What he believed in, he died for. It's really that simple. And I know that the media is going to go a particular way with it, because they want to overwhelm us with this humanizing of this character in order to distract us from the very real issue that violence is what everything is, the foundational kind of. It's the foundation of the West. It's the foundation of the Western world. America was established through violence. Everything that the Western world has, it acquired through violence. And it's telling those that it acquired it from and continues to keep it from, that violence is never the answer for them. At what point are we going to realize that the system is killing us every single day? We just saw one guy get brat one time, and then there was the CEO before. They're starting to get scared, so the rhetoric is going to change. People don't want to talk about the gun control laws. Every other billboard you see, somebody's holding a gun. In fact, you'll see that more of the billboards now are having women holding guns too, because they're bringing them into the narrative of the whole thing. In order for the American dream to be what it has been for so long, other people had to live a nightmare. And unfortunately, a lot more people are starting to wake up, and there are going to be repercussions to that. And I need you to stop with the faux biblical bullshit that some of you are posting and get a fucking grip.